I'll now take a look at some of the items I just got recently that I'm going to be working on in the near future. Here's a Heathkit tuner. It's got AM and FM, and it's got separate controls so that you can leave it set on your favorite AM or FM stations. Here's the Heathkit amp that Organist 1982's dad gave me, and so now I have the matching tuner for it. Here's the cabinet for it. Take a look at some of these radios here. Let me get them picked up here and I'll show them. This one's an RCA, and it's just a regular 5-tube radio. I need to replace the electrolytic and paper caps in it. It's got a pretty good sized speaker. Here's a Zenith clock radio, and this was priced at $3, but I think it was a half off, so I got it for $1.50. You notice here's a space for mounting a metal can electrolytic, but they use this cheap electrolytic instead. I've not known Zenith to do much cost cutting, but I think this one was from 1965, 6551. It's definitely going to need new electrolytics. It still does use a metal chassis. Here's a Zenith Trans-Oceanic, and I'll get it picked up off the floor here. This is in not too great of cosmetic shape, but I didn't have any Trans-Oceanics, and it wasn't too bad on price, so I went ahead and got it. It's got all the tubes in it, and it's got the antenna up here. Here's an RCA Strato-World portable, and this one was a little bit more expensive. Now, most of these things I haven't spent much money on, maybe $3 or $5, and a lot of them were given to me. This one was actually $75, but I thought it was worth it because it's in such great shape. And it even has the original RCA battery in it. You can take a look now at the inside of it. Get it turned around here. This really is in almost mint condition. Hardly any oxidation on the chassis. It looks like it was stored in an air-conditioned environment all its life. It's got an RF amplifier stage, 3-gain tuning capacitor. There's the ballast tube. And it's got a detachable ferrite rod antenna here. Model is 7BX10. I think the date code on this is probably 56, because 274 is the EIA code for RCA, and then 6 would be, we know it's from the decade of the 50s, so I think that's 56, the 18th week. It's got an RCA battery pack down here as well. So I'm going to replace the capacitors before even trying this out. They said that it was producing a hum, so it's probably got bad caps. Not anything this old, I want to replace the caps anyway. Here's a General Electric fan, which is kind of in pieces. They said that the motor works, but I really need to re-insulate the wiring with heat shrink tubing before trying it out. The bracket that holds the fan to the base is busted, so I have to see if I can fabricate something to hold it together, but it is a nice brass bladed fan. Let's see what's in here. I've got a antenna here, which I can use in one of the other rooms. Here's a Simplon radio. Now, this is in kind of bad shape. See, it's got Lockville tubes in it, and well, here's a little tuner I got too for $1. That's an RCA, or not an RCA, a realistic solid state tuner. It doesn't seem to work though. I tried hooking it up to an amp but didn't get any sound from it. I think that's everything new that I can think of in this room. I guess this microphone is new too. It came with the J.W. Davis amplifier. And here's a nice rack shelf that was given to me as a Christmas present from August 1982's parents. I've got a lot of this equipment set up here. I want to get the Apple computers going, but it goes all the way up to the ceiling here. So those are some of the new projects I'll be working on in the next few weeks or so.